14 things that are more likely to kill you than sharks.
Guess which is more likely to kill you, a great white shark or a vending machine. Bonus points if you guess shark. You're wrong, but you're not alone.
Have no fear. What we have here is a perfect example of an availability heuristic. The availability heuristic is defined as the tendency to overestimate the probability of events we have recently seen or read about.
Consider the movie Jaws. In 1975, the summer the first Jaws was released, beach attendance dropped drastically, partially because everyone isn't in the theaters, but also because fear spiked in areas surrounded by water. Ever since the movie came out, shark-killing contests have been run all over the world. On average, between 20 and 100 million sharks are murdered every year.
The popular series of television programs known as Shark Week also has a great impact on the social opinion about sharks. In an article from Massive Science titled How Shark Week Hurts the Very Creatures It Celebrates, Anna Roebuck says, "I've even noticed that certain attacks have been reused in programming from year to year, probably out of necessity given the extremely low number of attacks globally."
These types of media, along with many others, are highly responsible for the common fear and negative association with sharks. This demonstrates the availability heuristic because the more often we see sharks portrayed negatively in the media, the more likely we are to think of them as killer animals.
Did you know?
You have a 1 in 5 chance of dying from heart disease.
The odds of dying from the flu are 1 in 63.
Your odds of dying while in a car are 1 in 114.
You have a 1 in 127 chance of tripping and dying this year.
Accidental poisoning kills 1 person out of every 193.
Drowning kills 1 in 1,134 people annually.
Air and space accidents will kill 1 in 5,051.
You have a 1 in 6,045 chance of dying from the cold.
Heat exposure is responsible for 1 in 13,729 deaths every year.
Lightning kills 1 in 79,746 people every year.
The odds of a government putting you to death are 1 in 119,012.
Your odds of being killed by a dog are 1 in 112,400.
Firework-related accidents kill 1 in 340,733.
Vending machines kill 1 in 112 million people every year.
In New York City, you are over 300 times more likely to be bitten by a human on the street than you are to be killed by a shark anywhere in the world.
And finally, the odds of you dying from a shark are 1 in 3.7 million.
If you were asked to imagine yourself being killed by a vending machine, what would you picture?
Now imagine yourself being eaten by a shark. I'm sure your mind is flooded with graphic images you've seen online and in videos of severed arms drenched in blood.
The easier an event is to imagine, the higher the perceived risk.
We'll leave you with this.
Next time you're at the beach, focus on preventing death by heat exposure instead of being obnoxiously fearful of sharks.